arise in that last mile delivery when vehicles get caught up in city traffic. And this is what causes delays, unreliability, and of course costs. And these are the types of challenges that we believe that we can solve by combining the Mercedes-Benz Vans together with the Matternet drones.
We equipped our vans with electronic systems, also on the roof of the van, and this makes it feasible that the drone is able to land autonomous. The driver can take over the parcel box and can do the last mile and deliver the parcel to the end customer. Time is a very important issue, and with the Vans and Drones technology, we see the potential to reduce delivery time, also if the order volume is increasing. We are enthusiastic about this project because it is the first time that such a solution will be developed, and together we are able to bring all of our experiences in, and therefore I'm sure we will make this pilot successful.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome here in Solikon, the Mercedes-Benz dealership of Meerbach. We are very happy to have you here at Vans and Drones. So a very innovative topic, a pilot kickoff, and you're part of it. You're here in the audience. Plus, I'd also like to welcome the audience on the live stream. So we are streaming this press conference lively on the internet. And we want to talk about Vans and Drones, a very innovative project with lots of things you can discover today. And we will explain how the cooperation of vans, drones and internet marketplaces will work in the future, and how Switzerland is one of the pioneers of innovation in this specific topic. I'm not explaining you this for my own, but I'm very glad to have three experts. But to get the three experts here on stage, I really need your applause to make them come over to me. So please, your applause for our three experts. That's on the first hand. It's Peter Rohn, the CEO of Zurich. Hi, Peter. The second one, this is Andreas Rapatopoulos, the founder and CEO of Matternet Drones. Glad to have you here. Okay. All the way from the US. And from Stuttgart, Germany, that's Stefan Maurer, the head of future transportation of Mercedes-Benz Vans. So three experts, which build a very unique trio here on the stage. And I'm curious to learn more about what you can tell us about Vans and Drones. Stefan, I start here. Future transportation at Mercedes-Benz Vans. Can you tell more about your job? It sounds very interesting.
Yeah, the job, and good day from my side. Future transportation is part of our strategic initiative called Advance. And it goes beyond the current business model, beyond the current van. We want to develop our business to the provider of holistic solutions, and you will see in this example, Vans and Drones, what we have in mind when we talk about holistic solutions.
Very good. Vans and Drones, you're cooperating with Matternet for almost 1 year now. Can you talk us a little bit more through the project? What is the project about?
Yeah, the whole project, the whole idea goes back 1 year. Last year, as some of you might know, we already invested in Matternet, in this Silicon Valley-based startup. We believe in Andreas and his idea. And when you look at drones, it's a device for the transportation of goods. Our vans are devices for the transportation of goods. And we thought it's a good idea to embrace that new technology, to team up, to find synergies for this combination. And that's what it's all about today. And you will learn more about that today.
So very innovative, Stefan. So future transportation. If you have to put it to 1 to 3 sentences, what is the core of the Van and Drones project?
The core of the Vans and Drones project is to find synergies, to really leverage the technology of both companies. And at the end, it's about our customers. It's about siroop, for instance. where we are able now to deliver them holistic solutions which enables them to serve their customers even more efficient, even more reliable, and with different and even new service levels.
That sounds really interesting. And we have you coming over from Menlo Park from California, so the famous one. Yeah? You are one of the really drone experts in the world, and Matternet is one of the leading drone companies in the world. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about the mission and vision you have at Matternet?
Absolutely. I'm delighted to be here. It's really amazing. If you think about transportation over the next few years, I think it's going to be completely transformed, right? And drones are part of that revolution that is happening. Switzerland is at the forefront of this innovative wave. And of course, Mercedes-Benz Vans are bringing on their systems into this new era of transportation. So when I think about e-commerce, I think in about 10 years' time, we will be going online. We will be ordering something from a marketplace like Siroop, and it will be magically be delivered to us on demand, within an hour at a fraction of the time and energy and cost that it takes today. So we think that this technology, drones, and the business models and technology solutions it will enable will completely change how we access goods every day. And it's one very, very fundamental, I think, change in society we can bring with this.
Change, and for your change, since 1 year you're working together with Daimler. I think a big change, a small company working with a big company, cultures which come together but can join forces and bring up new results. What are the learnings out of the last year with Daimler together?
It's been an amazing experience. When we look at vans, it's the backbone of logistics today, right? So when you're bringing something new to reality, like drones, you need to figure out how do you integrate in that backbone. If we don't integrate, in my view, if we don't integrate well, we won't be able to ever reach the scale that we want. So, it's been an amazing synergy. I think the vision of Mercedes-Benz Vans, as I understood it, is to create an ecosystem around the vans, right? It's not about the asset per se, it's more about what does it enable as business models. And drones is one important dimension of that. So it's been amazing to be able to put this vision forward. And something that I keep reminding myself because it's kind of unbelievable. This is the first time in the world that anyone globally is deploying a drone-based system, and it's the first time anyone is deploying a van and drone system to serve e-commerce orders over any city center, highly populated area, complex airspace in a developed country like Switzerland.
So that's a really pilot and a really big innovation we take part in today. And what are innovations without customers? So Peter, I'm going to focus on you. You're the Chief Operating Officer at Zurich, a fast-growing, very innovative online marketplace based here in Zurich. So it's kind of home play for you. Might you tell us more about Zurich, please?
Sure. Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. Zurich is the first open online marketplace in Switzerland. And we offer a wide variety of products. So from the very little tiny thing from local merchants over regional and also to national merchants, we offer basically everything. So being not even online now for 2 years, we offer more than 900,000 products from over 500 merchants. So that's a wide range, right? And so one of our targets is that we want to deliver that happy shopping moment to our customers by having a unique and super easy user experience. And so when we started the talks with Matternet and Mercedes-Benz Vans, we relatively fast realized that could be a very good option for us to exactly achieve that moment of wow and that smile in the face of our customers. So we're happy that we are here and being able to show you today what we want to do.
And just from my understanding, do you have all the goods stored in a central storage, or is it a decentralized storage? How do you handle that and the many merchants you have?
That's a very good question. Actually, one of our issues we are facing every day. So not as a standard e-commerce retailer, we don't have a central warehouse where all our orders are processed. Actually, we have more than 500 warehouses because each single merchant has its own warehouse, okay, right? And only those who are using our fulfillment service, there, of course, we can use our distribution center. But in fact, that's the difficulty for us to establish service levels which are the same all over. And that's exactly what we're looking for now. With that project, we could maybe close the gap, or we hope we can close the gap and bring our merchants closer to our customer, so that we can combine the transport of them. We have the drone flying it in, and then we have the last mile delivery, and so we can make exactly that experience what we are looking for at our customer.
A very impressive innovation in the whole industry then, right? Connecting
Absolutely.
that many merchants.
I think if we are able to deliver that service to a reasonable cost, and because today, even if you consider same-day delivery, right? Today it's expensive, and the customer has to pay an additional fee for that. So what we believe, and what I think, is that when we can establish a service which can reduce the costs, is reliable, and then we will be able to offer also to merchants not being in the centers, we can offer that kind of service, and again have that bring customer merchant closer together.
And how will this influence your logistics processes? It will completely change them, right?
We believe that it will completely change, yes, because we see even today that the customer, there is a need for the customer. We see more often happening that our same-day service is requested, but which we offer even today for free, right? Because even there we do a pilot. But to go next step, I think that should become normal, right? If you look just a few years back, not even the delivery next day was standard, right? But today in Switzerland you call it A-Post, the product is delivered next day, so you cannot imagine that being different, right? Yeah. So and we think if we can establish that kind of service, then it will become normal that you maybe have it the same day for a certain range of products, of course.
So customer expectations would also change.
Yeah.
So taking part in this pilot for 1 year, you are preparing everything now. What are your learnings, Andreas, if we look at the last 1 year in development of the Matternet drones and the technology? Is there a big jump in the development?
Yes, we've been working for a few years now to build a foundation, and now we're in the part of that curve when it starts to become more non-linear. So the biggest, I think, achievement that we celebrated earlier this week was that we received for the first time in the world any technology company like us. It's the first time that we meet the safety standard of a very rigorous aviation authority here in Switzerland. So the Federal Office of Civil Aviation is a pioneer globally in the drone space, and they're trying to figure out how you can regulate and authorize these types of operations. And of course, they're known for their extremely high safety standards, which we had to meet in order to be operational here. So that's a huge achievement. The second component is the operational component, and that's something we're looking to find out over the next couple of weeks, but we already see since Monday when we started our first flights, what does integration with the national airspace system means. Right? So there's helicopter operators from Riga, the emergency services, police helicopters, private helicopter services, who occupy the same part of the airspace that we are occupying, which is the lower part of the airspace below 150 meters, right? And we need to coordinate with them. And it's the first time that we're integrating what is called a sense and avoid system in our vehicles, so they can emit their signature, their position, their direction, and their speed to other vehicles in the airspace, and we can also see other traffic. And the third and a very exciting point is the business model component, right? So we want to figure out, first of all, is the public excited about this? Right? I mean, it's the first time that an e-commerce pilot is done in a Central European city. We want to see the public reaction, and we're listening very carefully to see if the timing is right from the public perspective, and then can we put together a business model that makes sense, right? And it changes. It starts with the customer, changes the customer experience, and then it comes to marketplaces like siroop, and then for ourselves, do we see these types of systems scaling to really bring the change that we want to see?
Very cool. And just one question from my curiosity. You're based in the head of Silicon Valley, and you do the pilots here in Switzerland. Isn't that a contradiction?
It is, yeah, it is. And the key thing here is that, Silicon Valley is known for all this, internet-enabled revolution, right? And that was an unregulated space. Mm-hmm. Now that we are in a regulated space, which is the airspace regulated by the Federal Aviation Authority in the US, you need a nimble, innovation-driven authority to be the pioneer. And for us, FOCA here is the main partner that really allowed us to be here today.
So a very good statement of innovation in Switzerland as well. Huh? Mm-hmm. Very impressive. When I heard about vans and drones, Stefan, to you, I thought at the beginning, Might it be a competition for you if the people get everything via the drone, where they need the van?
Well, of course, this is probably the first question which arises for us. It's not a competition. We see drones as a device for the transportation of goods. Our vans are devices for the transportation of goods. We embrace that new technology, that new possibilities, and we think by combining these two technologies, we can really find synergies. And you see this here. We are now able to merge two different things which have never been merged before. One is the normal parcel delivery thing, and the other is a courier kind of thing where you have fast and efficient delivery of goods on demand. We are all living in that kind of instant gratification, I would call it, society already. And here we are now combining these two streams and make it for our customers and for your end customers viable. And that's what's so exciting about.
So it's also a little bit of risk you take, partnering with other companies and looking for the transportation process. And you have an advanced initiative over the whole company. Can you tell us a little bit more what is included in this advanced initiative?
Well, in this advanced initiative, which was announced by Volker Morninweg, the head of Mercedes-Benz Vans last year, it's about developing Mercedes-Benz Vans beyond the current business model, beyond the current core product, to develop holistic solutions for our customers. And it has different building blocks. One is solution advance, we call it, and one part of that is the Vans and Drones project. There is another one called robotic delivery systems, for instance. There is a second pillar in that, a second building block in Advance called digital advance. It's all about connectivity, getting our vans to be part of the so-called Internet of Things. The next thing is about mobility advance. You might have heard that we also invested into a New York-based startup called VIA, doing ride-sharing, ride-pooling. Yeah? There it's about the transportation of people. And so it goes on. It's about mobility advance, and we also have electric drive advance. So all these building blocks together form the strategic initiative Advance, and I'm quite proud and excited that my team and we are part with future transportation of that strategic initiative.
It's very impressive as the founder of the automobile, and you now look for the future of the automobile and the whole transportation cycle. One last sentence, and I think we got a very good impression now about the whole project. What are your expectations about the pilot now, the next weeks? We're going to see piloting the whole process from the van side.
Well, we look at it from different angles. One, of course, is the technology. How do our vans perform? They are reinforced. They have drone landing technology built into the roof of the van. Then, of course, it's about customer expectations and customer experience, of course. How do the customers, how does the public look at that whole new mode and method of delivering goods same day? It's also about what is the real customer value, because that will then be the cornerstone to derive business models, as you just said. So all these things are done. It's a pilot. It's a very safe pilot. We did everything what is necessary to make it as safe as possible. But it's a first step. Yeah? We're going to iterate. We're going to look at it like you do it in Silicon Valley. Build, measure, learn. And this in very fast iterative cycles is what we are doing. And there are more steps to come. I could embrace a vision where we have fully dynamic vans going all over the city, and the drones find their way to the vans then completely autonomously. And it's even more faster and more reliable with less congestion on the roads and so on. So that's the future I embrace and I see.
So that sounds like a very great future, and I thought you also have a short video for us who illustrates your efforts and activities here.
Yeah, we do have this. Maybe we could have a look at the screen there.
Cool, thank you.
For an unscheduled, extremely urgent delivery, a drone is the best option for a swift and flexible response. The drone delivers the package directly from the store to a courier's van, which then incorporates the delivery into its own route. The prioritized order arrives at the store, is commissioned, and picked up by the drone. The algorithm calculates at which rendezvous point the courier and drone can meet as soon as possible. The calculation takes into account traffic conditions and all courier routes. The drone sets off with the package. The courier leaves the original route and drives directly to the rendezvous point, while the algorithm recalculates the remaining delivery route. The process takes account of the prioritized delivery. At the rendezvous point, the drone lands on the van, hands over the package, and flies to its next job. The courier takes receipt of the package, carries out the prioritized delivery, and then continues on the delivery route. The incorporation of drones into the delivery chain means that rendezvous points in various different delivery areas can be flexibly connected with several stores. The algorithm ensures sensible flight paths and delivery routes, with the van covering the last mile.
Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
Thank you. Born to run, yeah? And I think this was a nice description of the perfect world. And yeah, we could finish at this point, but I heard from my backstage team that we have a big problem. You know, coffee drinking is essential for many people, for journalists as well. Yes? Yeah. So if you run out of coffee, we'll really have a problem. But we have 3 experts here, and I want to make use of your force and your power. And Peter, you are running an online marketplace, and now you can show what you can. Can you organize us some coffee for the audience?
Let me check if that is possible.
I'm glad that he didn't say no.
No, I think, okay, I did a little preparation here. Okay, I can order coffee if you want.
Yeah.
And we just...
You want some coffee?
And we just have a try.
Yeah. Good. We have to keep the audience awake, yeah?
Okay. So, yeah, I will just place the order.
Cool.
Okay.
So, and then the order is
so
transferred.
The order is I place it now on my mobile on the
one of your
SIroop website. Yes. Yeah. So the order is right now processed in the backend systems.
Okay.
And for all our merchants, we have a platform what we call the merchant portal, and within that portal they can do whatever they need for talking to SIroop. So they see their orders there, or returns, or whatever need they might have. They can update their products and things like that.
Let's try to get the web connection to that merchant. So we apologize for the quality. It's really just a web connection. We just set up very fast, but this is at the merchant, and you can describe what she's doing.
Yeah, okay. So this is one of our merchants, Plug and Place. We are very happy that he joined that pilot. And so what she's doing now, she received the order through the merchant portal.
So that's really live, right?
That's real life. It's happening in that second. She's doing the packaging like a normal logistic process, right? She went to the warehouse, basically, took the coffee. Now it's packed. So she adds our nice sticker, which is on every parcel of SIroop. And then she puts the whole packed product into the payload box. So of course there was a scanning process so that we know, okay, the order is now processed at the merchant. And in that second, as our backend systems are connected, so that order is transferred to the Matternet system, so that the drone already knows, okay, there's an order, and the drone from that moment also knows where to go.
So it's a completely automated system and interface between the systems.
Exactly.
So she's now going towards the drone, I guess, right?
Yes. So for her, the process basically is done. She now will hand it over to the team of Matternet.
Cool.
And in our system, we saw already that the product is on its way, right, to the next checkpoint. And we have states along the supply chain, of course, so that we really can have a good track and trace about these orders. And these states, and also in the next step, could be shown to the customer so that the customer always knows, okay, where's my product and when can I expect the delivery, which turns more and more important how fast the delivery is, of course. So here's the handover to Matternet, and I think I hand over to Andreas as well.
Yeah, Andreas, now you're on the driver's seat to answer our questions, and please describe what we can see over there.
Yes, so first of all, we're now using a human being to do that process that you're going to see now. This is also being automated by robotics, basically, that would be embedded at a merchant like this. Our systems, our backends are synchronized. So this box, it has a QR code on it and a smart wireless reader, so it knows where it goes. It knows that we're here waiting for that coffee, for that package. And once it's loaded into the drone, it transmits that information to our drone. This vehicle, which we call Matternet M2, is able to transport up to 2 kilograms of payload in distances of up to 20 kilometers. The direct route here is about 8 kilometers. And it's going to take about 9 to 10 minutes for it to arrive here, right? Compare this to traffic and all the rest of it. This vehicle flies at 70 kilometers per hour, right?
70 kilometers. Okay.
Doesn't see traffic. So once the vehicle is loaded, there is now a series of background checks that are happening on the cloud side of our system, right? So airspace is being checked. We're going to see that the airspace is clear. There's a number of other checks that are happening to diagnose the state of the vehicle, that it's all healthy and it can go. And probably in a couple of minutes' time, we'll see the vehicle getting authorization. Oh. And there it is.
And it's kind of pre-flight check like a normal airplane does as well. And it's fully automated, as I understood. Yeah?
Yes,
so
the idea here is really push automation.
And now it's already leaving, so that's very fast.
Yeah. So the vehicle now will ascend at an altitude of 80 meters. And it will follow the ground at this 80-meter altitude. So if there's a hill, it's going to go up and down. If there's an obstacle, it's going to go around. And these routes have been pre-authorized by the Federal Office of Civil Aviation here, right? One of the key points of being able to make something like this happen is safety, right? So this vehicle has a bunch of safety systems that allow it to operate in the Swiss airspace.
What do we see here? That's really the drone flying right now?
That's right. So when the vehicle flies, it transmits its position and velocity and direction to our cloud system, and that's what we see here integrated with the Daimler backend.
And if I look on the left side at Solikon, this is where the van is standing, right?
Exactly.
So you come in the game.
So what we basically did, we connected,
Amazing.
Of course, our van. Our backend system is connected to Matternet's backend system. This is connected to Zurik's backend system. So we have a blend of these systems, and they now work all nicely together, such that this kind of last mile logistics delivery can be done.
So we now see the drone live approaching our site here. And I guess instead of sitting here inside and watching it, I think we go outside and be eyewitness of what's happening now. So just follow us outside, please. You can just come over here, because there you have the best view on the drone. Yes, safety always first, yeah? Otherwise we would not be standing here. So just come over here, please. Have your photographs ready as well. We'll have a photograph who's covering everything, so you get enough media afterwards. And the drone will right in a few minutes land on the van of the roof, yeah? Andreas, where are you? Here you are. From which direction is the drone coming in?
It will be coming over from there.
From there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, can you describe the landing process now a little bit so that we are prepared what's happening?
Yeah. So the system is flying now autonomously, right? So it has a bunch of coordinates that
completely autonomous. There's
it's being supervised, but the operation is autonomous.
Nothing. Yeah?
No, there's absolutely
completely.
Yeah. You highlight a key point. There's no cameras, we steer very clear of any privacy issues. I mean, we're purely a logistics play, and our drone is only built for transporting goods from A to B. So the flight plan is now loaded into the drone, and the drone is executing, and it will arrive on top of the van with GPS accuracy, which is plus minus 3 meters in this location, and then it will start descending. When it's about 10 meters above the van roof, it will see a beacon signal that is emitted from the roof of the van. So you see a round
just come closer if you like to. It's yours, not ours.
Yeah. So a beacon is emitting a positional reference there, and allows the van to land automatically with precision on the van roof, which is very important from a safety perspective. Yeah. You see a round unit behind the Mercedes-Benz logo. There is a black round unit that has been integrated.
The black round unit is transmitting the signal?
Yeah.
Okay. And the drone knows where
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's precision landing, and that makes it unique. You know, you can't buy that off the shelf somewhere.
And then, of course, you know, talking about integration and safety, right? If for whatever reason the van departs its location, our cloud systems will know immediately. And then, you know, the algorithms will kick in, and the drone would be diverted in a different location. So connectivity, connecting the van asset to the cloud system that controls the whole operation is the key here.
And is there a control? I mean, while flying, if the drone is making a mistake, is anybody looking after the drone?
The operation is being supervised. It's like air traffic control. So we operate a command and control center.
Where is it?
Currently, it's in Zurich. We also have a system in California, but for the operation today, we have this in Zurich. And it's all over the air, right? Over the internet connections into the system.
So what happens if there's a problem? Can you stop the drone?
Yeah.
Can you explode it?
No, not exploded. No, you can command it to go back. You can command it to go back. You can command it to stop where it is and hold position, right?
But how long? I mean, someday, at one point it will be, batteries will be empty.
That's right. The maximum flight time is about 25 minutes.
So what happens if it has to land, but it's not a controlled landing?
There's a parachute system that is embedded in the drone. So if you have an anomaly like this, the motor power will be cut off, and then the parachute system will eject. And the parachute system again was developed to meet the safety standard for not causing injuries when the drone would be sort of on a parachute fall. Again, just to give you a sense of size, and you will see it in a minute, the drone is about 1.2 by 1.2 meters, and it weighs 10 kilograms.
And safety first is always a principle, especially of this pilot, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So tell us something about the weather conditions. If we have nice weather conditions, what if it's snowing, raining, fog?
Because this is the first pilot operation in Zurich, we're starting with a very conservative weather envelope, we call it, operational envelope. So we're basically flying in favorable weather, winds up to 8 meters per second, gusting at 12, if you can like the specific numbers. And in this pilot in Zurich, we will only fly in conditions that are not rainy.
Your eyes on that. Sorry to interrupt you, Andreas, but honestly, everybody's now looking at the drone. It's flying very fast, right?
It's flying at 70 kilometers per hour, right? And that's the beauty of an automated system for a mega city or a city.
And now it's stopping in the air.
Yeah.
And that means now it's making the GPS coordination here?
That's right. So it has the GPS coordinates of the van. It performs a safety maneuver up there while it gets authorization from the van. Can I land? Is the van roof clear?
Yeah. So if another drone is standing there, it's not landing.
Yeah, it would not be landing. So
now it's going down, right?
Yeah, so it got the authorization now and it will come down. And all this is automatically happening in software, right?
Fully automatic process, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So now you'll see it recognizing the beacon from the van.
Yeah. So now it's making the fine adjustments on the landing, right?
That's right. So it slows down and it makes sure that...
Time, yeah. So safety first is also visible in this landing process. And you see we have the first guests over there who look what is happening, yeah? And it's going down very smoothly, so nothing happens to the goods landed on the roof. It creates some tension, especially for us, I guess.
I think it takes advantage of the photo opportunity.
Yeah. Landed. Your applause, please. Andreas, very impressive. Yeah? Great teamwork. Yeah?
So
it's a pilot, yeah?
Again, details that make this work, right? So the vehicle now released its payload by itself.
Yeah.
And the van driver goes up there, takes the payload, and here we have the first ever delivery of an e-commerce item happening in Europe, I think globally, over a city.
Delivered by Zurich then, yeah? And to Zurich. So, Vito, be proud. Can you pick up the package from your Zurich people? And normally the drone would take off again, but for photo purposes it stays here, right?
Yeah, we leave it here now. You would go to the next assignment, go back and pick up the next parcel, meet the other van. and so forth.
So I'm so lucky that we. Is
Thank
there
you.
really coffee inside? So not that it's.
I hope we
can we
never
have
forget the
a-
coffee.
I will check in a second.
We're gonna have a double check then. Yeah.
So that's exactly the moment when
So just come
customer
and have a
merchants
look.
come
yeah.
together.
And now we
So-
see if we have happy customers.
Here is the, let's put it like this one.
I can help hold it.
And here's the coffee, hopefully.
It's so much tension, honestly. It's a pilot.
So-
Yeah, it's never been done before.
Yeah. I'm really proud of being part of it. Okay, so we can hand
Yeah,
over
cool.
the coffee to...
You just open the package.
yeah. And
So
yeah, here's
there's
the
a Black
coffee.
and Blaze coffee. Amazing. Cool.
worked
While we
well.
prepare the coffee, we kindly request you to go back inside and we have the opportunity to get some questions and answers. And here's the smiling owner now of the coffee. If all customers are as happy as you, I think you'll have a great future.